What are you doing on your phone?
I'm sorry, I left a gentleman alone in the apartment tracking him to make sure tracking him. And he's not afraid of what we do.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe de Paris, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully your week has gone good for you thus far. Thought it was imperative that I presented two of my recipes on the menu today. The first thing I wanted to discuss was parenting Black children. For anybody out there, to any of my subscribers that have children, I thought it was very imperative that I did a topic today discussing parenting Black children. Unfortunately, I had to put my daughter out of my house. And I've always been one person, I've always never cared to be very open about things that personally go on within my household. But I know that I'm not the only parent that has had to resort to a level of having to put a child out of the household. So basically, I've been raising my daughter thus far, teaching her the right way to go. Basically been doing everything I could to prevent her from becoming a statistic. Now, me as a Black woman, me being a parent, I know the troubles and I know the obstacles that a lot of young women are facing today. And that is why I made an oath to myself that if I ever became a parent, that I was going to teach my child to go a different direction. Well, it just goes to show you that no matter how much you put into a child, no matter how much you can teach them right from wrong, that at the end of the day, when they leave your household, they are still going to make their own decisions. And as a parent, you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared to understand that you can put everything into a child. You can give them all the wisdom. You can give them all the knowledge. You can give them all the morals. And yet these children, when they get out here amongst the real world, they are still going to make their own decisions. So against my better judgment, me and my daughter, we was not seeing eye to eye. She did not feel like she needed to abide by the rules that I gave her in my household. The only rules she had was to pay her insurance and to basically keep her room clean. That's all the rules she had. The only rules, she had to pay her car insurance, pay her own car note, and all her own little personal things, she was responsible for that. That's not a lot to ask for, especially when you got kids living with their parents, having to pay rent, having to pay light bill. She didn't have to do any of those things. I didn't ask her to contribute with the rent. I didn't ask her to contribute with any of the utilities. All she had to do was follow the rules that I gave her and basically, took care of her own personal business, where she didn't feel like she had to do that. So basically, I told her she had to go. I told her she had to leave, because if you cannot follow my rules, if you cannot do the things that I ask you to do as a parent, even though you are a young woman, you're a grown woman, you are responsible for yourself. And being that you cannot abide by the rules that I gave you in my household, I told her she had to leave. So unfortunately, I had to put my daughter out my household, because I am not going to deal with a child who does not feel like they don't owe me the respect that I deserve as a parent, especially when I have given you something that a lot of young Black women don't have. I have given you wisdom. I have given you knowledge. I have shown you the way. I have given you everything you needed, so you do not fall into the statistic of becoming what a lot of these young Black women are becoming. It was because of my knowledge that you didn't become a teenage mother. that you didn't drop out of school. All of that came from the fact that I put a lot of knowledge and wisdom into you and I raised you the right way. But now that you feel like you are grown and you feel like you don't need to listen, you feel like you can do what you want to do, you don't feel like you have to respect the rules of my household, then guess what? It's time for you to go. So now that she's out there, she is getting the funk of the real world. And I told her that it was going to happen. I told her it was going to happen, and she's finding out the harsh reality of everything I've told her. Now, you staying with boyfriend, that's not working out. You don't already wore your welcome out with that. So now that you're getting a taste of the real world and you see that people are treating you different because you really don't have anywhere to go, people are mistreating you, you being handled all kind of way. Now you're getting a taste of the real world. Now you feel the need to reach out to me, and you got to go to work. You basically don't have a place to stay right now. Now you want to reach out to me and tell me you need a place where you can go wash or take a bath. What does that have to do with me? You made the decision to not follow the rules here, but at the same time, you want to be accommodated. Now, after you just been disrespectful, and I laid down the law, and I told you how it was going to be, I gave you my rules, I gave you the laws to my household, and because you could not abide to that, and you've gone from place to place, now you want to still reach out to me when it's convenient for you and tell me that you need somewhere to go wash. That has nothing to do with me. If you're going to be grown, you're going to have to be grown all the way around. You cannot be grown when it conveniences you. And that's the problem with being a parent. Sometimes you can give a child so much to where they begin to feel a sense of entitlement, to where they feel like you're supposed to, and they don't really realize, especially when you're over the age of 18, anything I do for you is because I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart. I am not responsible for you anymore. You are 20 years old. Okay, so technically, by law, I do not have to allow you to live in my household. I do not have to lend you money. I do not have to take care of you. And since I know that you don't feel like you have to respect me because you're 20 years old, I had to put out my house. So only thing I could do is let anybody out here who knows, if you have a child that's a young adult, that's over the age of 18, that's being disrespectful, that's feeling like you owe them something, if you do not put your foot down, these jokers are going to run all over you. They're going to disrespect you. They're going to trample all over you. So I'm just sharing this story, not because I like put myself out there like that, but I know I'm not the only person who I'm not the only parent who's going through this. So I just felt like I need to share that with y'all. If you have a child in your household who does not want to respect your rules, who does not feel like they need to listen to you, I promise you, if you continue to let it go, you're going to regret it. These jokers are going to run all over you. They're going to run your household. They're going to give you early massive heart attack because they're going to have you so stressed out. So again, to all my parents out there, if you are going through this, you're not alone, but at the same time, you have to put your foot down. Do not let these children think just because they're over the age of 18, they can say what they want and do what they want. Put your foot down and let them know that you are the one that's in charge. Sometimes, as much as you love your children, you got to throw them out there and let them get the taste of the real world, because sometimes you want so badly to protect your child. You try to shelter them and you try so hard to protect them when in actuality you just make them more sorrier. You make them more lazier because they know at the end of the day you're going to catch their back. So anyway, I just want to share my little testimony with y'all on that. I have washed my hands with it. Only thing I can do is pray for her and ask God to cover her while she's out there. And hopefully, whatever she goes through, she learns something from it. She gains a lesson out of it, because I'm at a point to where I realize I have walked you as far as I could walk you. I have done for you as much as I can do for you. Since you want to be grown and you think you know everything, then hey, power to you. So anyway, I just want to share that with y'all. I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I just thought I would put that up there. Now, I wanted to really speak about this black bashing culture. it has become a very overly populated phenomenon in the Black YouTube sector. You have all of these content creators now are basing their channels specifically on bashing the opposite sex. It's to the point now you cannot go in any Black space, any Black channel, any Black YouTube sector and not hear either Black men going in on Black women, or you cannot go into spaces with Black women not going in on Black men. What's up, Cartier? And everybody enter in the chat. It has become more and more and more out of hand. And basically now we have fallen into the realm of the Black bashing culture, where content creators are basically building their channels on the strength of bashing the opposite sex. So basically, it's gotten to the point now, the only way your channel can gain views, only way you can get notoriety, the only way as a Black content creator you can get success, you have to make a mockery out of the opposite sex. That is the only way your channel is going to grow. That is the only way your channel is going to profit. You basically have to be willing to bash and degrade and basically tarnish the opposite sex. And ironically, we are the only culture that's doing it. I don't see too many other races that are doing it. If they are doing it, they're not doing it in the manner in which we are. So basically, what's up, Sassy? This is what we're doing now. We're making profits off of Black bashing culture. Now, I thought it was imperative that I talked about this because a lot of people have basically turned a side eye from it, and it basically has come to a point to where people feel like it's truth. It's truth. If a Black man has anything negative to say about a Black woman, they feel like he's telling the truth. He's not bashing, he's telling the truth. Whenever you have a Black woman that has anything negative to say about a Black man, basically she's telling the truth. The Black community culture has considered bashing truth. Well, they just can't handle it because you're telling the truth. These Black women can't handle it because you just calling them out and you telling the truth. These Black men, they can't handle you calling them out because you telling the truth. The problem with the Black community, we only want to consider our truth. That is the problem with the Black community. We want our truth to be true. And depending on what position you're coming from, you will really believe that the knowledge that people are displaying is truth. For instance, if I am me as a Black woman, if the majority of my experiences with Black men have been negative, and the majority of the experiences and the things that I have gone through with Black men have been bad experiences, most likely I am going to support channels that basically talk negatively about Black men. You know why? Because my negative experiences is able to relate and identify with that Black female content creator's negative experiences. Basically, if I'm a bitter Black woman because I have not had the best of experiences with Black men, I am going to support a channel that talks poorly of Black men. Because what the Black community is doing is called pain in exchange. Pain in exchange. Basically, Black women that are bitter, that are down and out, and have not had the best experiences with Black men, they are only going to support Black women who are also bitter, who also share that same level of pain. Because again, people only want to be in spaces where people can relate to their pain. You're not going to go somewhere where people cannot relate to your pain. Okay. And like I stated, this is not only for Black women, Black men do the same thing. If you are a black man and the majority of your experiences with black women have been negative, you are going to go to a channel, you are going to support a channel that also has men who do content that also speak negatively on black women, because again, it's that exchange of pain. Well, I'm a black man, I've gone through black women mistreating me, taking advantage of me, so I'm gonna support this brother because this brother is speaking on something that I can relate to. And that is what the majority of black men and black women do. We only want to hang out in spaces where people can relate to our bitterness, where people can relate to our brokenness. And the truth is, black men and black women, we don't want to be healed. The majority of us, we don't want to be healed. The black community does not want to be healed. Exactly, Cartier. Black folks, black men and black women, we don't want to be healed. We don't want to be delivered. We don't want to be set free. The truth is, a lot of us are comfortable in our bitterness. A lot of us are comfortable in our brokenness. And I said this before and I'll say it again. A lot of us are safe in our hate. We are safe in our hate. What's up, Dion? Blessings to you, sir. And I know I'm not going to get a lot of views because I'm not doing enough for bashing over here. And guess what? I'm okay with that. Because I know good darn well, if I was over here bashing and trashing black women, I'll have so many black broken men over here thumbing me up. And I'm sure if I was to talk trash day in and day out about black men, I have so many black women over here supporting me, cash apping me. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not fitting in. I'm okay that I am not part of the black bashing culture. Because these days, you pretty much got to step outside your morals. You got to step outside of what's right in order to be known. The only way you're going to be owned, the only way you're going to be popular, the only way you're going to gain clout, you basically got to follow the trends that everybody else is setting forth around you. And I get it. The problem with the black community, it's a lot of broken black men, and it's a lot of bitter black women. And what it is, we don't want to be healed. A lot of us, negativity, bitterness, and brokenness has become a defense mechanism for black men and black women. We love being hateful. Hateful brings you empowerment. Why do you think the KKK, why do you think these racist groups and everything, why do you think they want to stay hateful? Because being hateful brings you a sense of empowerment. Anything you hate, you feel like you can conquer, or you should be able to conquer what you hate. What's up, Franklin? That's the problem with the black community. Hate has become a defense mechanism. Because it has become a defense mechanism because, again, black men and black women, a lot of us have endured different levels of trauma. We have experienced different levels of trauma. What's up, Amari? I feel you. Exactly, Cartier. Black men and black women, we are all bitter and broken in our own special way. And what is going on is you have a lot of black content creators, both men and women. A lot of black men and black women are using their platform to deflect. In other words, if I'm a broken black woman and I'm bitter and I have hatred and animosity towards black men, I am going to build a platform that's going to discuss topics, that's going to build content specifically on black male bashing, because I'm angry about things that I have gone through in my past as a black woman. And what I am going to do is I'm going to build a platform. I'm going to build a channel in which I can take all that negativity and basically just do content that's specifically going to target black men by talking poorly about them, by bashing them and belittling them. And the same thing applies for these black male content creators. They're going to do content negatively, speaking of black women, because of things they have gone through with black women. And the problem is, as a subscriber, when you listen to these individuals, when you listen to these black bashing content creators, these black men that bash black women, or these black women that bash black men, when you entertain these type of individuals, what it does is it continues to taint your negative perception of the opposite sex. For instance, if you are a black woman and you already have hatred and animosity towards black men, and you listen to another black female content creator who also has that same thought process, that negative thought process, and you listen to what that person says, all it's going to do is enhance your negative viewpoints of the opposite sex. If you already don't care for black men, you already don't like black men, or you have grudges against black men, and you're listening to a black female content creator that talks negatively of black men, all it's going to do is enhance your hate towards them. It's not going to give you a different perspective. It's not going to give you a different outlook. If anything, it's just going, your hate for the opposite sex is going to continue to fester. Same thing if you are a black man. If you are a black man who has a lot of animosity towards black women for whatever reason, maybe you was rejected by too many black women. Maybe your own black mother did not show you love, was not there for you. Certain things has happened to, there has been certain events and certain things that has transpired with black men to make them feel the way they feel about black women. For instance, DMX was a prime example. I realized that DMX was not able to really love his black wife, Tashira, his first wife. He was never really able to love her the right way. And furthermore, DMX became very, like I said, he basically began to pretty much use black women as his way of escaping pain, which is why he had all of these different children for multiple women. And as his history, his childhood, once that was exposed, what he went through as a young black child, it made perfect sense as to why DMX never really had a lot of respect for black women. And even his own wife said that. The first black woman who was supposed to show DMX love, she deprived him of that. I'm going to look into that, Amari. Rejection from the mother is the most common cause. Absolutely. I strongly believe that a lot of black men have so much animosity, and I'm not saying this is the case with all black men, because I'm not going to put all black men in the same box. But I will say is the majority of black men who have animosity towards black women, it got a lot to do with their mothers. Their mothers did not protect them, did not defend them. DMX stated how his mother, not only was she abusive towards him, but she allowed her boyfriends, she allowed other men to physically abuse DMX as well. And I think the problem is, I'm glad that DMX was very transparent about that, because I'm sure that had to do something to his pride. That had to do something to his ego to even be transparent to say that my mother didn't give a shit about me. He verbalized that. And just being a black man and having to verbalize that your black mother did not love you, did not care for you, this man had a lot of pain that it wasn't going to be enough love in the world for Tashira or his fiance. There wasn't going to be enough love in the world to cure him from that. And I strongly believe you have some black women, they're trying to cure damage that has been done to some of these black men that cannot be fixed. And the same for black men. You have black men that are trying to love black women that have already been damaged from childhood. He's thinking that if he sex her good, he can heal her through her childhood trauma. He's thinking that if he buys his wife a brand new car, if he buys her a brand new home, he's thinking you have a lot of men who think they could fix broken women through materialistic things, who can fix broken women through sex, through manipulation. And the problem was with the black community, there's a lot of us that are broken because of things that we have experienced in our childhood. Cartier says, most black men are introduced to the streets looking for men to look up to for lack of a father. And I agree with that, Cartier, but I also know that most black men who start looking for love in the streets, who start looking for family in the streets, it comes from the lack of a father, like you stated, but it also comes from not getting any nurturing from their black mothers. Because let's face it, there's a lot of black women who have given birth to black sons. And from the moment these children were conceived and brought into this world, she was already angry at the fact that she had him from somebody that was a nobody. So what some of these black women have done, they have taken all their anger and frustrations out on their sons because the men who they have had their sons from were men who did not love them, who do not treasure them, who did not respect them. And what tends to happen is the sons end up taking the fall. They end up taking the heat from the mothers who are still angry at the fact that the fathers did not want anything to do with them. So what tends to happen is you have a lot of these young black men, and I know because I work in a correctional facility, a lot of these young black men who have not been loved by their mothers, who have been abandoned by their fathers, they go look for love in the streets. Love comes from gangs. Love comes from drugs. When you can't get love at home as a child, you'll look for love anywhere. And that's the same thing with black women. Black women who have not been loved from their mothers, from their fathers, guess what? They are linking up with the thugs. Black women who have not been given love from their mothers and fathers, they go on the streets looking for love too. They just go about it in a different way. And again, you have a lot of broken black men and broken black women who have experienced trauma in their childhood, who were not really given any real love at home. They go to the streets looking for it. DMX did not get any real love from his mother. So he looked for love the best way he knew how, which was in the streets. It's no different from Tupac. Now, Tupac had a mother that loved him and taught him right from wrong, but with all due respect, Tupac's mother could not raise Tupac how to become a man. And that is the reason why the majority of these young black men go out here into the world and become a victim of the system. They fall prey to the criminal system because it don't matter how much your mother loves you. It don't matter how much money your mother spends on you. A woman cannot raise her son how to become a man. Women, we do not have the masculine tools to teach our sons how to become a man. I'm sorry, Mom. I know you want to take all the praise and the credit as a single mother, but your son is going to go lacking in some masculine areas in his life, because again, it takes a man how to raise a man. Now this is not to say that young men who were just raised under single mothers didn't become successful. You have some men that became very successful. Now look at Kanye West. His single mother raised him. Donda West raised him. He became successful, but look at how Kanye West started spiraling out of control. Why you think Kanye West gets so emotional? He does feminine things when he can't have his way. Now, you don't have to be gay to be feminine. Don't you know you could be masculine like a man, but still have feminine character traits? Like we know, Kanye West, he's not gay. No disrespect to the gay community. Kanye West, he's not gay, but let's keep it real. We have seen him act very feminine when it has come to his emotions. Because guess what? As a young man, if you're around your black mother day in, day out, your black mother has raised you the majority of your childhood. You did not have a father in your home to give you that masculine balance. The only person you was exposed to was your mother's mood swings. You seen your black mother cry when things got too difficult or challenging, because that's what women do. It's part of being a woman. We tend to be very emotional. We cry about things. Women, we yell and scream. That's just part of our feminine energy. Right, Cartier? So imagine if as a young black man, that's all you've been exposed to. Guess what? You're going to adopt those same feminine characteristics. That's why you got some grown men who walk around here wearing their emotions on their sleeves. Because women, when it comes to having sons, yes, we can nurture them. Yes, we can love them. Yes, we can teach them right from wrong. But by nature, women, we don't have that masculine aura. We don't have that masculine touch. We don't have it. I hate to tell the single mothers that. I know a lot of single mothers are going to get offended. Well, I'm a good mother. My child makes straight A's. My child never been to jail. My child never had a gun. But he's going to lack some masculine traits because there's not a man. Now, let's say you're a single mom and the dude decided to be a bum ass baby daddy and walk off or whatever. He needs that masculinity placed somewhere. He needs an uncle. He needs a grandfather. He needs somebody that's going to give him those masculine tools he's going to need to become a man. That's why you have some black women who got these overgrown, feminine acting men who don't know how to handle business as grown men. You have a lot of black women who are in relationships with mama's boys. Mama catered to him so much, he think all black women supposed to do it. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for a woman being submissive. I'm all for a woman knowing her place as a woman. But let's face it, some of these men lack leadership abilities. They're not masculine enough to run a household. Some of them lack masculinity that if that if they was just riding the car with their wife or girlfriend and they hit a pothole and the tire goes flat, some men, grown men, don't even know how to change a spare tire. You know what? That's a coincidence, Cartier, because I wasn't even looking at your comment. I didn't even see your comment, and I just brought up the tire. I didn't even see your comment, and I just so happened after I brought it up, I saw you post that. That's the truth. Single mom doesn't teach how to change a tire. Now, that's just the mechanical stuff. What about she cannot teach him how to master his emotions? It takes a man to teach a man how to conquer his emotions. I know anybody who has had a father in the household or uncle, remember when your cousins or your brother, he fell off the bicycle, scraped his knee, or he was playing rough, playing on the tree. You know how boys are. Boys like to be rough. Now, notice when that little boy would run in the house to cry and say, "Mama, I fell off the bike. Mama, I hurt my knee." Notice how the mama, "Oh, let me kiss the little boo-boo. That's okay. That's mommy, big boy. Let me kiss your little boo-boo. Let mommy come in so mommy could put some peroxide and put a Band-Aid." See, that's what women do because we're nurturers by nature. Now, when it came to daddies don't respond to their sons like that. Get up, boy. Get back on that bike. Wipe all them tears. You a man. Get back out there on that bike. Don't come back in here crying about that. You a man. Goddamn, finish playing. Get back on that bike and keep riding. Because again, his masculinity, a man's masculine energy, is going to sense when his son is trying to adopt feminine energy. And he's going to intervene in that because he does not want his son having feminine qualities or dealing with things in a feminine manner. Exactly. I agree with that, Amari. There's no excuse. Women are smart enough to know how to get their boys around other men. Absolutely. Give him a male mentor. Men teach men how to negotiate and make business deals. Absolutely. Now, you may have some women that are way more business minded than some men. You have some women who know how to talk the talk. They know how to do excellent business presentations. But guess what? When a woman is going up against another man that's way more skilled than her in the business sector, she can be conquered because men know how to logically be objective. Now, no matter how business-minded women are, somewhere our emotions are going to creep in and sneak in somewhere. No matter how business-minded we are, women are going to always have emotions, even when dealing with business. Always. The gift that men have that women don't have, men can leave their emotions out of anything. Most of the time, anyway. Most of the time, men can leave their emotions out of anything. But as a woman, she is not going to be able to teach her son how to go up against men that are highly dominant in a masculine area. Her son is going to struggle with that if he did not have any type of masculine teachings. He's going to struggle when it's time for him to deal with real men that conduct business, that know how to negotiate business deals. He's going to struggle with that. That's why, as a single mom, it's very important you allow a man to be around your son. You don't want him picking up all your feminine energy. He get mad, he throwing tantrums. He get mad, he's screaming like a woman. And a lot of that is going on in the Black YouTube sector. There's a lot of Black men that are acting like the Black women they complain about. I see so many Black men that are screaming, that are yelling, that are throwing tantrums. Back in our day, our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers You never heard too many men in the 70s and 80s do a lot of screaming. Men back in that era, they didn't allow other men to get them out of character. Men in the 70s and 80s, they did not allow women to get them out of character. These new age men, y'all let anything get y'all out of character. The masculinity is slowly but surely, it's just withering away. These men now, they let anything emotionally get them upset. I'm seeing men argue with women on panels. For what? You yelling back and forth with other black women like you're a black woman. For what? It should never get to the point to where you let our feminine energy overly dominate your masculinity. If my feminine energy is able to get you so upset where you cussing me out, you calling me bitches and hoes and stuff, you're not masculine. Now, I'm not saying that a man should sit up there and let a woman disrespect him. That I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that a woman should be able to call you a sorry mother effer and you stand there and take it. But let me tell you something. Women, we know better. We know what men to challenge, and we know what men not to challenge. Any man who has a masculine energy that's more dominant than my feminine energy, I'm not going to challenge him, because just his energy and his aura is going to intimidate me. So if you got a woman that's challenging you and calling you bitches and saying stuff out of pocket, your masculine energy is not there. Because even the most ratchet chick knows she cannot confront or address a very dominant masculine man, because his energy alone is going to threaten her or intimidate her. I agree, Cartier. I've had to get my husband to help me with cars, help me when I go get deals and stuff, because that emotional part of me as a woman, I would get suckered. I would go by how the car look. You know what I'm saying? I'll let the salesman sweet talk me. And then when my husband comes in, he say, wait a minute. Yeah, the car look nice, but look how many mileages is on that. Wait a minute. Your payments is $562 and you got to make that for 6 years. No, you can go down here and get the same car with less mileages. My husband has always been the logical. I'm the emotional. We like yin and yang. Agree. What's up, Ishmael? Blessings to you. Men are supposed to be calm in a storm. Absolutely. Again, no man should ever allow a woman to take him out of character to where he's yelling and screaming at her. I have had grown men who have shut me down just by looking at me stupid. It's just that certain look, or it's that certain tone in his voice where you know he's not going to let you overly dominate him. I have had men put me in my place without calling me a bitch, without calling me a hoe. I have had men, real men, nicely shut me down to where I felt that small without even being disrespected. Because again, it's that masculine energy. For instance, if you are a grown man and you come home to your house, and as soon as you step foot in the door, everybody's running all over the place. You got kids hanging from the chandelier. You got kids jumping up and down on the sofa like monkeys. You got to yell at them as soon as you come in the house. Hey, cut this racket down. Get off from there. Get down from there. You're not running the show. You're not running anything. You're not running nothing if you got to come home and yell at your children. Because a real man, all he got to do is give you that look, and you knew daddy home, it's time to shut it down. Yes, we acted like monkeys for 12 hours when it was just us and mama, but guess what? Daddy home, you knew to get off that sofa once daddy made his presence. You knew to cut out all that noise and that racket as soon as daddy came through the door. Anytime you got to yell and scream at your wife, yell and scream at your children, sir, you have no order in your household. Sorry. You don't have order. You have order. That's not going down. I knew when my dad looked at me a certain way to shut the fuck up and go sit down. He ain't had to yell at me or cuss me out. I knew just by the way he looked at me. When you the king of the house, it's gonna show, honey. It's gonna show. You really running your house, you got your house in order, it's gonna show. A man who got to come home to a nasty house, he don't have no order. Your wife don't cook, don't clean. When you come in the living room, you got the hopscotch. You got to play hopscotch in your own living room. You don't have no order, sir. You'll be surprised how many men in these YouTube streets talk like they got so much order, and then when you go to their household, you see they ain't got nothing in order. House nasty, children run all over him talk back to him, wife disrespects him. A lot of these dudes don't have no authority like y'all think. Exactly. Cartier says, back in the day, the worst thing was to wait till your dad to get home. I might would cut up with my mama, but I knew when my daddy was coming home, it was done. I couldn't do nothing once daddy got home. You got grown men who don't even come home to cook meals. You don't have no order. But these are the same dudes that are coming to these YouTube streets and try to act so dominant. I'm not trying to be funny, but when I hear a grown man yelling, screaming, cursing, you lack leadership abilities. It should never get to a point when a grown man got to yell, scream, and cuss at anybody. Just your masculine authority. Just the presence of your masculine authority should be enough to gain respect and control over your household. Now, there's one thing to pretend you can dress the part to be masculine, but it does not mean you have masculine authority. You can drive the car like a man. You can dress like a man. You can smell like a man. You can fuck like a man. You can have the deep voice like a man. What's up, sissy? I'm off for a couple of days, so we should be able to do a panel probably tomorrow. We got masculine authority all screwed up. We think masculinity is how many women we can get. No, let me speak y'all language. How many bitches we can get. Because I know y'all don't consider us women, so I'll just say bitches. You're being told you're not a man if you express your feelings. You're being told we're using our word simping. We're throwing it around like hot sauce at the black folks cookout. A lot of dudes look masculine, but just as feminine in their own way. I don't listen to men that yell and scream like women. You have to scream. You don't lost your masculinity. You know why, men? You know why when y'all try to scream, it don't sound right? You notice when as a man, when y'all try to scream, you struggle a little bit. You notice your voice really can't go that high because God did not design y'all to have voices to scream. He designed y'all to be masculine. So therefore, your voice is not designed to go that high. That's why as a man, when you try to scream, you ever heard a man scream, and when you hear him scream, you hear his throat kind of scratch, or his throat will crack when he tries to scream. God did not design y'all to be screamers, because he gave y'all enough of masculine tools to where you don't have to scream. If you have to scream, shut the fuck up, you done lost your masculine authority. It should never get to that point. When you arguing with a woman, you done lost your masculine authority. Men used to stand up at the cookout. Now women can't find a seat. Cartier says men used to stand up at the cookout. Now women can't find a seat. You ain't lying on that. Again, masculinity, some of these dudes have their own definition of what they consider as masculinity. And you know what the biggest problem is? Is too many dudes that's going around here placing masculinity on money. Why are men making it seem like you're only a real man if you are making a certain amount of money, if you are wearing certain designer labels? There's this big misconception that if you're not making money, you're not considered a man. If you're not making a certain amount of income. Now, if you don't have a job and you bumming off of women, going from Section 8 house to Section 8 house, producing all of these children from several baby mamas, that doesn't make you masculine, because you know how to use your penis. And I'm starting to notice a lot of these guys in the Black YouTube sector, they basing masculinity off of 2 M's. I'm going to say it again. A lot of these men in the Black YouTube sector, they are basing masculinity off of 2 M's. The 2 M's are multiple women and money. These men, these grown men that are over the age of 40, they are teaching these young men that come into their channels, that listen to their content. They are preaching to these young Black men that are coming up behind them that you are not masculine unless you have multiple women and making money. And that is a lie. Masculinity is based on 1 M. And that is your morals. And it's gotten to the point, not only you have a bunch of guys sitting down in the cookout, you have a lot of guys that are letting their women handle their business for them. I knew a man who was so much less than a man, he allowed my friend to do everything. He was such a bum. He allowed her to lead in everything. When I say he literally sat on the passenger side, this Negro literally sat on the passenger side. He never stepped up. You'll be surprised how many grown men will talk all kind of big man shit in the YouTube sector, but their woman is the one doing everything. Exactly. I'll tell you that, Cartier. And me personally, I've always been into men who make more of a living off of their own hands. Men that are actually labor workers. I've always been attracted to men who don't mind getting their hands dirty, who don't mind changing the tire, who don't mind lifting up under the hood, who don't mind building things and making things, because they can handle a lot of pressure. I'm not knocking the guys who work in the office, who are typing and handling paperwork and everything, but I've always been more into guys that actually did like hard labor. It's not to say they better than anybody or whatever, but I'm just saying that's always been my preference. We're losing masculine authority. I'm seeing grown men argue with grown men on panels. For what? I see grown men airing other grown men business. Y'all doing that more than the black women. In fact, we lack so much masculinity. Y'all let anybody in y'all space now. Anybody with a cute face, anybody that's pretending to be a pick-me, anybody who's pretending to act like they have the best interest of black men, y'all let anybody in y'all space now. Y'all don't try to do y'all research. Y'all don't try to really get to know these women before you allow them to get too close to y'all. It's really becoming the black YouTube sector is becoming a circus. Cartier says the men with Gucci purses will push you out the way if something go down. Exactly. And just like we're losing a lot of masculine authority, we're also losing a lot of femininity with women. You have a lot of women who believe that the only way they can gain the attention of other men is by trying to dominate one or act like one, and that is far from the truth. A man is not going to deal with a woman who thinks that she can out masculine him. And the problem with a lot of these women have been on their own for so long, they have become used to wearing two hats. They have become used to wearing the pants and the panties, to the point to now, if a man wants to be with them, if a man wants to build with them, she does not know how to let a man be a man, because she done been a man and a woman for so long. Women that have been single for a long, significant amount of time, over time, they will begin to build masculine character traits, because you are the one always having to do everything, it automatically puts you in that mind frame of leadership. That you got to constantly be the one to run the show. You got the one to constantly be in charge, because you're the one, you have become so accustomed to running everything. So when you do have a man who wants to be in your life, who wants to have something with you, you do not know how to fall back and let him be a man, because you done been a man and a woman for both so long. Exactly. And now what has happened is, when you can't dominate a man, now you will become one. And I'm not going to say that word because, we have the Rainbow Committee. But y'all get where I'm coming from. That's why a lot of them are going that way now. They can't dominate a man. They're going to become a man. A lot of that is going on. And then when they get into those type of relationships, they find out the grass ain't no greener over there being with a woman than it was being with a man. And honestly, those type of relationships, and I'm going to say this respectfully, those type of relationships become very, very toxic because it's too much feminine energy. Too much of the same energy is down to be chaotic, a catastrophe. I know women who have gone that way and I have more drama than a little bit. They get tired of not being able to build or things with men, or they get tired of going through the normal the normal ups and downs of a relationship. They think if they go the other way, it's going to be easier, only to get over there and find out it's more complicated. Something wrong with my dog. My dog be barking at his own shadow. I don't know what his problem is. He just bark at anything. If a damn leaf fall from the tree, he barking at it. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's supposed to be a pit bull, but he acting like a damn poodle. I don't know what his problem is. If y'all hear him barking, just ignore him. He going through something right now. I can't figure it out. But I wanted to go back to this black bashing thing too. Absolutely. Like I said, I work in the jail, and a lot of the female inmates that are in my facility, a lot of them are messing with each other. They go together. And when I say how many separations, you know how many times we got to separate these females? Because they fall out every week. They get into it every week. And my thing is, I don't even know why they take these relationships seriously, because a lot of these women, they end up getting transferred and going to other prisons, or they end up getting bonded out of jail. So I don't even know why a lot of these female inmates even take each other serious. And then you have those who are locked up for things very severe crimes like murder, and they're up here linking up with females that only there for traffic citations, or only there for the domestic violence charge. Them girls may be there a couple of months. You're going to be in there for some years. Why are you linking up with these females that got mediocre charges that aren't even going to be there for that long? We deal with a lot of that in my facility where I work. These females go together and break up with each other. Then one gets discharged. Then the next female coming in there, they linking up with them. And it amazes me how so many of these women will get arrested and into the facility. They come in here with murder charges. They come to jail with murder charges and end up thinking they're going to get a bond. And I notice it's always like that with those who first come in there. They don't really understand the severity of the crime they committed. So when they come in there, they think it's a game. And then when it's time to face the courts and it's time to attend trial and get indicted, Then when they finding out they getting 20, 30 years, they can't handle it because they really thought it was not, they didn't think what they did was that bad. I'm like, you committed a murder. You commit armed robbery. We got women in our facilities that have created crimes worse than men. It has gotten really bad. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Fred Hampton says, at the end of the day, we all can't get that together that we deserve whatever society throws at us, because a lot of times we are accomplices in our own destruction. I totally agree with that. This is the reason why, and I wanted to get back to this black bashing thing, because it's becoming a cultural phenomenon in the black YouTube sector. Again, you have so many black men that are angry with black women to the point they want to support other black men who share their same level of hatred that they do, because the truth is some of these guys have allowed themselves to be mistreated by other black women. Some of them have. I'm not going to say all. Some of these men have allowed themselves to be used by certain black women, or they have allowed themselves to be mistreated by black women, all because there was a certain black woman you wanted who was not the woman for you, but because she had a big ass, big titties, or whatever she had, you was willing to be with her and make her your queen anyway, even though she was not displaying any queen attributes. But see, a lot of these guys aren't going to say that. Just like you have some black women who want to sit up here and hate all black men, when the truth is everything ain't wrong with black men. You just kept wanting to choose a certain type of black man that you wanted. And the problem with the black community, we don't want to choose the right mate for us. We want to choose what we want to make right for us. And then when we go by what a person looks or what we think a person has, instead of focusing on the character and instead of focusing on that person's real motives and intentions, you're going to continue to keep meeting the wrong type of black man, the wrong type of black woman. And each time you keep choosing the wrong black man or the wrong black woman to make a companion, every time you choose the wrong one, all it does is it makes you more bitter, and it makes you more hateful, and it makes you more resentful. That is the biggest problem with black men and black women. We've always chosen the person we wanted instead of choosing the person we need. And then when the results go a different way, we want to be the victim. With all black women ain't shit, all black men ain't shit. No, the black man or black women you chose wasn't shit. Exactly, Cartier. Cartier says, guess who profit off of black bashing? White people. YouTube get paid first before they see any money. Nobody wants to set their own trend. Everybody wants to follow the trend. People see a lot of black folk. One thing about black people, we have always mimicked each other's hustle. We mimic each other's hustle. When we see one of our own succeeding in a certain, we see, when we see one of our own becoming very successful in something, we do the same thing, but what we do is we try to remix it. We try to go at it at a different angle. It's too many black content creators. They are driving in the same lane because they see that's the lane where the money is going. And black bashing, everybody wants to do content basically based on black bashing. especially now that they're seeing certain individuals, channels are growing and blossoming off of black bashing. Now they're doing it. Nobody wants to be original anymore. It's either black men going in on black women or black women going in on black men. There's no originality anymore. Every time I have 3-4 people going live, because I'm subscribed to 3-4 different content creators, I can name off my hand, and I'm not going to say any names. All of them talk about the same thing. It's like people are regurgitating the same points. They just remixing it, or they're adding a little different twist in here and there. There's no originality in the black YouTube sector. Everybody just wants to black bash. And the thing about it is, okay, if you're going to go in on one gender, that's fine. But at least balance it and go in on your gender. Because I know as a black man, you don't only just see black women being fucked up, you also witness black men being fucked up. You got homeboys that are fucked up. You got family members that are fucked up. All you want to keep hitting on is black women all day. And same thing with black women. You want to talk about how black men ain't shit all day, but you can't tell me you don't have girlfriends who ain't shit. You can't tell me how you don't know other black women who are not as dysfunctional as the black men you complain about. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, Kels. Same old shit day in and day out. There's no originality on YouTube. And they talk about the same stuff. It's like the same shit, different topic. Today, that person could say black women who keep being single mothers. Okay. Then Tuesday, he talk about black women who can't get married. Then Wednesday, black women who want to get married, but nobody wants them. Then Thursday, black women who can't keep a man. Then Friday, black women who want a man, but can't never get one. You keep preaching the same thing. You're just changing the narratives. And you have black women who do it. Black men who only want to swirl. Then Tuesday, she talk about black men who only want to be with mixed women. Then Wednesday, she's talking about black men who only want to be with black women so they can take advantage of them. It's the same. There's no originality on YouTube. When are we going to talk about things that black people that's actually going to be edifying to the black community? When are we going to talk about black men and black women striving for marriage? Black men and black women striving to build businesses? I know why they're not going to talk about it, because it's not interesting. You're not going to make any money off of it. The only way you're going to be known and have notoriety, you basically got to down your own kind. And it amazes me how a lot of our black folks, they are not woke to it. Black people, we have been able to profit off each other's pain for years. If I want the support of black women, all I got to do is talk shit about black men day in and day out. If I was on here right now saying how black men ain't shit, black men are deadbeats, black men only want white women, I will have my chat would be so full of people right now. If I was to bash black men, I would have way more supporters, way more super chat. If I was to just bash black men all day long, you know who's going to support me? It's going to be the bitter black women who hate black men. They're going to be the first ones in here caping for me. Or you're going to have brothers in here who knows that there's going to be other black women in here who's going to listen to my comment. You got brothers who will go listen to black women bash black men just so they could be in the chat room with other black women. That's their way of trying to creep in and DM somebody. If I was in here talking shit about black women day in and day out, I would have all the black men who hate black women, they would be cash apping me right now. They would be super chat me right now. That's why you have so many content creators that are following this trend. The black bashing trend, that's how they're profiting. I've seen channels flourish. I've seen people who started off authentically talking about real issues in the black community. When they saw their channel wasn't growing, when they saw their channel wasn't going anywhere, they changed the foundation of their channel and went to doing more topics based on bashing black women or bashing black men. Now they have more followers than they ever had before. And not only that, you have a lot of content creators. They are caping for the most popular content creators. You have a lot of that going on. They want to bring up the most popular content creators. They either putting their names in the title or either they shouting them out. You have a lot of content creators. They are trying to slowly but surely get in with the popular content creators by shouting them out and co-signing their narratives. Thank you, Craig, the tech guy. Yep, for the $2 donation. Ron, no condom. Appreciate it. What's up, Kai? Thank you, Cartier. And you know I'm gonna put them $5 right in my gas tank. For a gallon of gas is high. You ain't lying. What's up, Indigo? Now, like I said, it's gotten to a point where content creators are willing to leave their authenticity. They are willing to leave the originality of their content. They are following in the same trend of the black bashing culture. The majority of their content is based on bashing the opposite gender. And the truth of the matter is, black people are only going to support who supports their narratives. I'm doing well, Indigo Kid. I'm doing awesome, especially now that I have off for a couple of days. I'm doing even more awesome. Appreciate the super chats, everybody. Appreciate it. Indigo says there are a lot of YouTubers recently doing things that are outside of their scope. I don't know if it's COVID or what, but it's crazy. I agree with that, Indigo, and that's the point I want to hit on. Content creators now, they are getting away from being themselves. A lot of content creators are trying to become someone they're not because they want their channel to grow. They want their platform to get bigger. And it's kind of like, and it's very tempting. I'm not going to say it's not tempting because I'm a content creator and it is tempting. It's kind of like, for instance, let's say, and all of us have been in a situation where you felt like what you doing was not standing out. So you started leaving, you started doing away with what was working for you. And you started trying to do what works for other people because you see it's working for them. And when you try to do the way that worked for you, you realize it wasn't really working. And that's the thing about being a YouTube content creator, because I'm also a subscriber. And I know that black bashing is the ongoing trend. That's the popular trend in the black YouTube sector. You have black men who have figured out, if I want my channel to grow, I got to go in on black women. I got to talk about black women. Because they know talking about sports ain't really hitting on nothing. Talking about building a business ain't really hitting on nothing. A lot of them, they're not comfortable being in their own skin because sometimes being you When you're being authentic, people that are authentic, it takes their success. It takes their success a little longer to grow. When you're doing something from scratch that other people aren't doing, it's not going to hit on anything right away. It's going to take a long time to be noticed when you try to stand outside from the rest. Cartier got jokes. Cartier say, let me get $20. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Yeah, when we was talking about a lot of people have been using that line against me. A lot of people, ever since I started that, because I did content talking about broke dudes or dudes, black women who be putting themselves in the position to be pimped and used, by these low common denominator dudes. And basically, I kept coming up with this line, like, when you ask these dudes for $20, I ain't got it, I ain't got it, I ain't got no $20, I ain't got it. Not everybody's saying that shit to me, and I can't get away from it. But that lets me know y'all listening. So I'm cool with that. Thanks, Cartier. I know you ain't got $20. But thank you for the Cash App. I'm grateful. Thank you. I had a black woman did that to me, and I had to discontinue the relationship with her. She told me one thing, then every time I would join her show, it would be another thing. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Now, Black Dev says, too. Yeah, I noticed it, too. Getting away from the original content. You have, and I'm going to say this respectfully. You have a lot of these dudes, they trying to get to where Kevin Samuels is. A lot of these low, I don't want to say, because that would be disrespectful. I don't want to say unpopular content creators, because that's an insult. I will say there's a lot of content creators that are not really happy of where their channel is. I'm noticing a lot of guys are trying to do what Kevin Samuels is doing. A lot of them are trying to do what he's doing. They're just going about it they're just using a different type of style. They're trying to remix it. A lot of these guys are trying to get to where Kevin Samuels is, to the point they are using this man's name in their titles. If they're not using his name, they're bringing it up. And if they do bring up Kevin Samuels' name, they're giving him props. They'll be like, big ups to Kevin Samuels. Or, shout out. Notice a lot of these guys, they are very careful with not disrespecting Mr. Samuels, because the last thing they want to do is say anything negative about Mr. Samuels and lose views. I'm noticing a lot of these guys are trying to play nice with Mr. Samuels because they want to pay him homage, because they want to get to where he is. And there's only one Kevin Samuels. It don't matter if guys talk about the same viewpoints he talk about, or if they talk about black women and bash black women. A lot of them are never going to get to his level, because there's so many things Samuels has that a lot of them don't. First of all, a lot of women are just attracted to how Kevin Samuels dresses. So just the way he dresses, his class, his style, a lot of women are appealing to his style, the way he dresses, the way he looks. Some of these guys, they have the knowledge, but they don't have the looks, because with women, we're dumb. Not all of us, but we're simple. When it comes to looks, we will listen to a good-looking man who has knowledge before we listen to a man that may not be that attractive, but he does have good knowledge. Women will listen to the good-looking guy before they listen to the guy that's not that good-looking, but he does have knowledge. That's just something women, we slow on that. I would say women, we slow on that. So he has this finesse that makes women want to talk to him because of how he dressed. Some of these guys, honestly, in the Black YouTube sector, some of these content creators, they're not that attractive to make women appeal, even be interested in them. They may have 2 or 3 females that may really rock with their channel, but they'll never get to his level of success. Yeah, Cartier, a lot of these content creators, they are copying and pasting. They are trying to do what Mr. Samuels does. They're talking about the same things Mr. Samuels talks about. They talking about how the black women ain't shit, the black women a single mother. They trying to do what he does. They're just trying to remix it. They're trying to spin the narrative from a different viewpoint. But they really saying the same stuff he's saying. They're just trying to do it from a different angle. There's no originality. Kai says, "What's up, Kai? Anybody notice that other content creators that will copy not just the biggest things but the smallest also? I've seen so much as copy the way others laugh. It's sickening. It's terrible, Kai. I'm telling you, being a content creator, there's a lot of pressure to be the best. It's a lot of pressure to stay on top of your game. And if you are not strong in this, you will stray away from doing you, and you will find yourself doing what others do. Because you'll notice the notoriety and the success that everybody else is getting, and you will stray away from being your original self. A couple of times I had to tell myself, okay, Mocha, you've been going in on black women for a minute. Just kind of get off of them for a little while. You've been going in on black men. Okay, get off of them. Get off of them. Talk about something else. And it's hard being original because a lot of people is not respecting originality. So you will find yourself talking about the same things, or you will find yourself creating beef just to get some recognition on your platform. Now you got people that's beefing, bashing other content creators, or they trying to give praise and homage to the popular content creators, thinking that's going to get them somewhere. I've heard so many guys shout Kevin Samuels out, knowing they don't even like that man. They don't like that man because of his success. They don't even like him. But to earn his supporters, they will act like they like that man. But then they want to call black women out about us being fake and phony, but they doing it. They just being more slick about it. And a lot of black male content creators, they are hating on that man. They try to make it seem like it's black women, but black women, we've always had issues with black men. It ain't just been Kevin Samuels. These black female content creators, they've been talking trash about other black male content creators. So don't just try to put this on the black women. Don't just try to put this on the sisters. These black men, they are hating on Mr. Samuels. They want to keep riding black women and saying we the biggest haters. Black men are the biggest haters of Kevin Samuels. They are angry because that man is getting all the attention, all the views that they cannot get. And I'm tired of them trying to finesse their way out of it, acting like they're proud about him, and they're not proud of him. These black men are hating on Kevin Samuels way more than black women are. I promise you. They just being more slick. They just shouting him out and giving him what Drake says, fake love. They is not proud of that man. They all up here acting like they rooting for Kevin Samuels. Yeah, he's putting these black women in their place. He's getting these black. Y'all mad because y'all can't put black women in their place like he can. And y'all up here trying to show fake love like y'all proud of him, like he's your mascot for black men. Y'all are not proud of Kevin Samuels. Y'all hating on that man just as much, but y'all try to deflect it and say it's black women hating on him. I said black women, we always hated on men, period. That's always been us. But what about y'all brothers who low-key hate? Y'all low-key hating on this man's success and trying to throw it on the sisters. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Y'all is not rocking for him like that. Y'all is jealous of Kevin Samuels. Y'all mad because that man came in and blew up overnight. It took y'all years to get the amount of views y'all got that he got in months. And y'all want to twist it on black women. These black women hating. Black women ain't hating. That's why notice the majority of the women of his subscribers is women. So how y'all gonna say black women hating when the majority of the women who support him is black? The women who calling in is black. It's not that many black women hating on him like you say. Now, it may be one or two that's going to throw some shade and say some negative stuff about him. But Kevin Samuels got more black female supporters than these average black male content creators. And they trying to deflect it by saying black women hating on him speaking his truth. No, a lot of black women actually support his truth. Why do you think so many of them over there? It's not just men supporting Kevin Samuels. Now, if it was just men, I could say, okay, black women are hating on him. But you got black women who is members and they chatting. They actually are members of his platform. They are paying him membership fees. So y'all can miss me with that. Say it again, Mocha. I finally realized through counseling that my brothers are jealous of me. Black men hate so much it's sickening instead of doing their own thing. If they're not hating on Kevin Samuels, they showing Kevin Samuels fake love so they can get recognition through supporting him. Let me tell y'all, it's several ways to clout chase. It's several ways to clout chase. You don't have to clout chase just by hanging out in the chat, just by super chatting, just by joining panels. Another thing that content creators are doing, they are showing love to the biggest content creators, knowing they really don't love them like that. But if I can act like I got support, people gonna feel like you got a lot of dudes, they're pretending to support Kevin Samuels' views because they know Kevin Samuels has a large fan base. So what better way to earn recognition by supporting and showing love to the person who's getting all the recognition? Does that make any sense to y'all? It's different levels of clout chasing now. And it's a lot of undercover clout chasing going on. And a lot of these dudes, they trying to be what Kevin Samuels is. They talking the same. And a lot of them going to say, well, I've been talking this. I've been talking. Yeah, but you still ain't on a level he on and you trying to get to where he at. So you thinking talking bad about black women is going to get y'all to where y'all at. And guess what? Mr. Samuels, he not dumb. He's not about to shout out any of these small-time content creators. It don't matter how much love they show Kevin Samuels. He's not going to show these small content creators love. Hell, he didn't show it for the ones who started off with him, who was on the panels with him before he got big. He's not about to shout none of them off. They kissing ass, but they doing it in a discreet way and think people not catching on. And I feel you on that, Kai. Yeah, but and I want to address this Q, and I'm gonna address this. Q says, Mocha, you're saying black women are hating because of the many reaction videos women have done on YouTube. Yeah, I'm saying that. I'm not saying that black women aren't hating on Kevin Samuels. I'm saying it's more black men. They just being more low key about the shit. You feel me? Cause black women, we can't hold water. I know. I see all of us doing the reaction videos. Yeah, I see black women going at Kevin Samuels, yeah, but we're making it obvious that at least they letting it be known they don't like him. I'm talking about the brothers who acting like they like Kevin Samuels. They don't care for him. They don't care for his success. They aren't doing reaction videos like black women. They ain't going in. What they doing is the opposite. They acting like they support Kevin Samuels so they can get the same support he has. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, we know. I'm not saying black women ain't hating on them. Yeah, black women are hating on him. But I guarantee you, it is more black men that are hating on Kevin Samuels than black women are. I guarantee you. They just not letting y'all know. They not telling y'all. They not doing reaction videos. What they doing is they shouting him out. They giving Kevin Samuels fake love. A lot of them are mad because that man would never, ever give any of them the opportunity to get in his space to get anything, to get any success off of him. If you can't get a person's success, if you act like you support their success, that's another different way of clout chasing. Thank you, Cartier, for another $5 donation. Cartier says, KS made his space, but be aware of Candy in a white van. Don't get caught up with one point of view. Absolutely. Absolutely. If Kevin Samuels already got that lane, everybody else need to find a different lane. He got that lane. He already got it. Not only Kevin Samuels got that lane, he got the goddamn highway. He got that highway. The rest of y'all could do what Kevin Samuels do, but y'all will never be on his level. You'll be successful, but you're never going to reach his plateau because he already owns that. Kevin Samuels already owns that. Kevin Samuels has a highway. Y'all are just still cruising a lane. He already made that mark. People, y'all got to find something else to do. Because it's becoming verbatim now. So many people are speaking on it. So many people, it's just, you're not hitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Q4 says there have been millions on top of millions of videos with women complaining, having younger women thinking this is happening every second of the day. But this is the part I want everybody to understand. I want y'all to be woke. Don't think because these guys are shouting Kevin Samuels out because they are acting like they're proud of him. That don't mean they proud of him like that. A lot of these guys are low-key hating on Kevin Samuels. They try to act like they're not pressed. They try to act like they ain't bothered. They try to act like they happy to see him win. Just because people are happy to act like they're happy to see you win, it does not mean they really genuinely want to see you win. All I'm saying is don't get fooled. A lot of people, a lot of these men, a lot of these black men, they are no more happier with Kevin Samuels than some of these black women are. Now, I will say they do like the fact that Kevin Samuels is going in on black women. They respect Kevin Samuels for that. But I'm telling you, a lot of these black men, they low-key hating on that man. They trying to do what he do. Every time I turn around, all I'm seeing is male content creators. They talking about the same shit he talking about. They just add different ingredients. They try to remix it a little bit. Everybody doing the same. They doing the same thing. He doing. I don't listen. I don't have to say any names. Just observe. Look around. You're going to see it more and more and more. People are not trying to be original because being original is not bringing you quick views. It's not making your platform big. Let me tell y'all something. I know content creators that was more real when they numbers were low. And now as the numbers done got up there, now they have left their authenticness, their authenticity. They done left that. They are trying to do what they see other popular content creators do. They trying to do what other people do. For instance, if you are in a flea market, and let's say you sell vegetables for a living. Let's say if you work at the flea market and you grow your own vegetables, you sell your bell peppers, you sell your onions, stuff that you originally you plant. You have garden, you put time into your crop, you put energy, a lot of work into selling your vegetables, your bell peppers, your onions, your cabbage. Let's say you do that for a living. Here comes this new guy who starts his booth right beside your booth. He's not selling vegetables. He's selling mixed CDs, mixtapes. Now, before he came along and built his booth beside your booth, everybody was buying your vegetables. Everybody was buying your cabbage. Everybody was buying your onions. Soon as he built his booth, you notice you're not getting the same amount of customers you used to get. Notice all your customers, they're not buying your fruits, your vegetables, your onions, your cabbage. They keep going to his booth, buying his CDs, buying his mixtapes. All of your clients, you notice you're not getting the same amount of customers. After a while, you're going to have to make a decision. You're going to have to make the decision, okay, should I continue selling my fruits, my vegetables, because this is what I'm good at. This is what I've always done. This is what I've always put time and energy into this, even though I'm losing customers. Or I can do what he does. I'll start selling me some mixed CDs, except I'm going to add a little bit more to my CDs because I want my music to stand out more than his. But so you get rid of your fruit and vegetable stand because you feel like your fruits and vegetables, they not selling because you're not getting the customers you used to get. So you done got rid of your fruit and vegetable stand. Now you got a mixed CD stand like he does. And you call yourself trying to do what he do so you can earn his customers. You got mixed CDs, but what you don't know is he got better equipment. So his music probably sounds better than yours. Or he's probably not even doing the mixtapes. He probably has somebody else doing the mixtapes. He sells them and he gets a certain percentage and he gives that professional DJ, he gives him a bigger cut of the pie. Here it is. You done started doing the same shit he do, but you're not wondering why your shit is not coming off the ground as quick as he is because you don't know what other stunts he's pulling to make his CDs sell quicker than yours. Do y'all get my drift? So now you find yourself struggling to do something somebody else is doing, even though you are getting more customers now. You are doing better, but you struggling to stay on top of somebody who done finessed it and doing it better than you. Does that make sense? I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Yep. Jonathan says, a lot of YouTubers doing female show call-ins. Oh, yeah. Everybody want to do the call-ins since Kevin started that. Like I say, nobody wants to be in their own lane, and nobody is proud to do their own thing. They becoming so threatened, intimidated by this man's success. They got to do what he doing. I have my own fruit and vegetable man. When I say he got the best sweet potatoes, I don't even get nothing from the grocery store like I used to. I get all my broccoli, my peaches, my tomatoes, everything from him. Yeah, nothing like homegrown. But y'all, do y'all understand the analogy I used? How you can lose something you good at because you're trying to do what you see other people do. That's what I'm saying. You got to be true to you. You cannot follow up behind these YouTube trends. Somebody said up here, oh, Cartier says, while we bash, we are getting left behind by every other culture. Money's, homes, businesses. Wow. Cartier. Now, if you didn't just drop some jewels just now, you are so right. When we want to keep beating the same dead horse, everybody else is passing us on. Everybody else is on a whole nother level, and here we are. We still to the bottom. We still to the bottom. Everybody done left us behind because we want to keep driving in the same lane. Exactly. Stop pocket watching and focus on you. Just because you see somebody money getting big, let me tell you, you don't know what people doing to be successful. You don't know what people doing. You don't know who they scheming, who they plotting, who they robbed. You don't know what people done did to get to where they are. So you can't be hating and jealous of somebody else's success, or you trying to copy and do what they do. You don't know why they do what they do. Like I said, a lot of us be comfortable sticking in the same lane because we see it working for everybody else. So we're going to make it work for us. Same thing. Just like you have these plus size women, they try to wear what skinny women wear, and you notice it don't look good on them. You got to work with what works for you. Just because I see a sister got a certain hair color and I try to get that hair color, that don't mean that hair color gonna look good on me. It may look good on her, but that don't mean it's gonna look good on me. If you a size 18 in the waist, you cannot dress like a size 8 woman. It's not gonna work. I'm telling you, being a content creator, these YouTube streets will make you step out of your character. Because you want to fit in. You want your content to be noticed. You will stray away from being yourself because you want your channel to blow up. You want your channel to be successful. If you're not earning success off of being like other people, then you're trying to beef with people. You got grown men up here crying that Kevin Samuels won't shout them out. For what? He don't owe anybody no shout out. He don't owe you a signed autograph. You got grown men who want to say he stole from them, but also they act like they didn't get ideas from other people. He biting my style. I used to do the call in. Okay, well, yeah, that was then. This is now. When you start losing clout, you start doing desperate things for clout. You start doing desperate things. When you start losing your fan base, you start doing desperate things to earn your fans back. Why you think rapper Kid Kudai was caught wearing a woman's dress on a Saturday Night Live show? He hasn't had fans in so long. Now he doing desperate. You got to dress up in a woman's dress to get attention? Like, come on. People doing desperate stuff. People start doing desperate stuff when they feel like they're going to be forgotten about. I know y'all done seen that. Kid Kudai with that dress on. I'm like, okay, you that thirsty for attention? You don't lost that many fans. You got to do something outrageous to be noticed again. Fame will make you do some crazy shit. When you start becoming scared that people gonna forget you, you start doing some outrageous stuff to gain attention. Cause money is part of it, but a lot of it has to do with when you are used to being in the limelight, and that limelight starts fading. That light ain't shining on you as hard as bright as it first was. You start doing desperate things. And I know he got money. Kid Cudi got enough money where this man could probably start his own business. He could probably start his own record label and help new artists, and he could make money off of people. It's not about money. He wants the attention. He misses the attention that he used to get. But you know why Kai noticed CeeLo started dropping in album sales? That's why he started dressing like a woman. I'm glad you brought that up. CeeLo, he had good music too. When people lose fame, they do desperate, dumb shit. Yes, Cartier, clout is a disease. I'm telling you, a lot of these YouTube content creators, they scared that they're going to be forgotten. They scared that they're going to lose views. So they either fall on the same trend the popular content creators are, or they're doing something outrageous. People don't want to be forgotten about. Fame is a disease. Clout is a disease. You feel like nobody when you used to being somebody. You get what I'm saying? When them numbers start dropping, when them views start dropping, so does your self-esteem. So does your worth. Some people don't feel valuable. Like, for instance, and I'm going to say this respectfully, I have always been a big fan of Tommy Sotomayor. A lot of sisters never cared for him, but I was one, honestly, I was a fan of his. I respected a lot of his content. As a matter of fact, he inspired me to become a content creator. I liked how I liked Tommy Sotomayor's grittiness. I liked his bluntness, and I learned a lot about black men from him and black women. He was one of the content creators that I truly, really respected. Not only did I listen to him, my mom used to listen to him. I used to always watch his T-Raw because I would give Tommy Sotomayor this. He will go in on black women a lot, but he will also tell you what stuff that black men were capable of doing. And so I really learned a lot from him. But I kind of noticed since Kevin Samuels' platform really, escalated and really took off, he's been doing some desperate stuff lately to be noticed. When Tommy went from this intellectual, shit talking, funny, witty content creator, how you go from that to doing porn? As much as he has called black women whores and said black women disrespect themselves, now I get it. It's all right for a man to throw his dick around. I get it. Women, we can't do it. I get it. But how he went from that to doing porn, to doing the all fans, this is what I'm saying. When people start losing clout, they start doing desperate things. And he was one, I never saw him stooping to this level because he's too intelligent of a guy to resort to that. And I look at him in a different light because I'm like, really? Come on. You too intelligent of a black man to stoop that low. But what happens when that clout starts disappearing? So does the morals. Integrity goes out the door. No, it's everywhere, Cartier. It's not just in his OnlyFans. You can pull it up anywhere. I thought it was a rumor because you know how people will lie about stuff, but no, you don't have to only be a part of his OnlyFans. It's a little bit everywhere. It's Pornhub. It's a little bit everywhere. But my thing is, even if it's OnlyFans, why did he have to stoop that low? We already know you get hoes. We already know you get bitches. You've always told us that. My thing is, this man has daughters. And he always has talked about how black women never respect themselves. My thing is, you as a man of integrity, of intelligence, why did you have to resort to that? I know why you resorted to that, because once you started losing your fan base, now you have to go to a whole nother level and do something outrageous. He did not have to do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking what he do, but I'm saying he's a very intellectual guy. He did not have to stoop that low. Because he has gained too much success for that. Not a small content creator. I would expect somebody small to do something like that. He's too big and too intellectual of a man to have to resort to that. Plus, he has black daughters. He got daughters coming up. Your daughters don't need to know that you banging chicks raw with no protection. You banging these women. It's not just only on your OnlyFans account. People, all they got to do is put your name in Google and it pops up everywhere. That's all I'm saying. But I'm aware that when you start losing fans, you feel the need to do extraordinary things to gain your fan base back. And that's why I tell all of you our subscribers, a lot of content creators have become obsessed with YouTube. They've become obsessed with trying to have the best content, with trying to outshine other content creators. A lot of content creators have become obsessed with YouTube. They have become infatuated with YouTube. And it's gotten to the point to where they are losing their morals, they're losing their integrity, and they're losing their originality. Nobody wants to do content other people ain't doing. We just want to do black bashing. You got black women who want to talk about how black men ain't shit day in and day out. That's all they want to talk about in their content. And you got black men that want to talk about how black women ain't shit day in and day out. They don't want to talk about nothing else. He was good, Cartier. He was good. He didn't have to do that. Oh, yeah, I did go in the hub because I had to do my research. Because, you know, people will lie. People will make up rumors. Not only I watch porn, I sell porn. My cable app has porn. If people going to buy it, guess what? I'm going to sell it. I'm not a porn addict, but I do watch porn from time to time. But to me, it gets boring because it's the same thing. Guy gives girl head. Girl gives guy head. He hits her from the back. She rides the top. I mean, it's but so much different positions. I get bored easily with porn. I make her watch like maybe 15 minutes of it. But so many positions have been done, I don't have any more interest. Front, back, she ride, he ride, doggy style. I mean, I don't see the fascination is it doesn't last but so long because it's the same thing. Oh yes, Cartier. Thanks for the $5 donation. The Cartier says the like button kills society. People, anything for clout. Anything for clout. Anything. Losing morals, losing integrity, anything. You said, Indigo says, I thought T-Pain and Kevin Hart had some type of rap battle, and ever since then he's been gone. T-Pain and Kevin Hart had a rap battle? Because I didn't hear nothing about it. That's new. I tell y'all, man, stay woke. Don't get addicted to this YouTube game. Find a life outside of YouTube. You got content creators, they have no social life outside of YouTube. Y'all not gonna catch me on YouTube day in and day out. I got a life outside of YouTube. I'm not gonna be on here 3, 4 in the morning, uploading every single day. I got a life outside of YouTube. I have a family. I have a husband. I have a mother. I have friends. I'm working on a book. I got other things. YouTube is not my life. Some of these guys, if they lose, and these women, they lose their YouTube channel tomorrow, they're going to roll over and die. Because YouTube has become their life. They don't have no life outside of it. Right. I feel you, Indigo. Oh, that should definitely be interesting. But yeah, so I know I held y'all long enough. Just a few things I had want to kind of talk to y'all about, because I know I didn't upload in a minute. And this is my first time being off in a couple of days. I'm telling you, I got some dental work done in my mouth yesterday, bruh. I hate dental work, man. I'm getting a bridge, and I think it's no joke. They had to put metal posts in my gums. I'm telling you, dental work ain't no joke, man. What's up, Titan, with your late ass? Hey, y'all, Titan been cheating on me lately. I've been seeing him hang out in other chat rooms, and he be coming over here creeping at the last minute. Titan think I don't notice. I know you cheating and you messing around, but that's okay. I don't care about the other girls. Just be good to me. Yeah, man, I'm feeling the funk with these teeth, man. But I got to get it done. I don't need teeth falling out my mouth before I'm in my damn middle 40s. I got to get a bridge. I done had like 3, 4 damn root canals. But I tell you, don't take care of your teeth. You're gonna pay for it when you get older. I promise you. You got good teeth. Take care of them. Go get your cleaning done once a year. Handle your business. Yep, y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all alone so y'all can go ahead and listen to y'all fuckery channels. Because I know y'all ready to go listen to some fuckery. I didn't have no fuckery over here to give y'all today. Give me $20. I ain't got it. I ain't got no money, man. I just paid my child support, man. I'm already broke, man. I had to pay my baby mamas off, man. Shoot, man, I ain't got no money, man. I ain't got $20. I ain't got no money, man. That's that better mail talk. That broken better mail. Give me $20. I ain't got it. Y'all a mess. But for real, I'm going to begin with the guys. We're still going to do the melanated male therapy. I'm going to do a therapy session for black men. So we're working on that. I'm working on that project. I got to get with my guys. I may come on tonight. Depends on how I feel with my guys. I'm going to be doing a panel with the men. So that's coming soon, ladies. Don't forget to subscribe to my Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel over there specifically for women. So make sure y'all hit that up. Y'all subscribe if y'all haven't already. I'm going to be uploading over there. Anybody who's interested in cable, I sell cable. Over 6,000 channels for only $26 a month. Stars, live streaming, TV. I got all the good stuff. So if you're interested in some cable, hit me up. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can go listen to some fuckery content. Because I know that's what y'all ready for. Yeah, I already got the Mocha's Ladies Lounge channel. Just type in Mocha's Ladies Lounge and subscribe. It's already up. You just got to subscribe to it because I'm going to be uploading over there soon too. So anyway, y'all take care. Again, Cartier, everybody else with the super chats, I appreciate it. If I didn't acknowledge you, let's see who else. Fred Hampton, Craig, the tech guy, all of you that wasn't able to donate, I still appreciate y'all just for being here, just for being supportive, just for hanging out with me. Every support is better than no support at all. Whether you cash app or you just hanging out in the chat room, I really be appreciating it, y'all. Anyway, it's your diva and knowledge lady, Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth. I'm going to always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all take care. Be blessed.